Yo, what's poppin', Bagel Bros? Today we're going to be doing another Patreon rant. This one comes from Neon Manta, who says, rant about topics or mediums you'd like to or want to make videos about, but think they will either perish in the algorithm or fall too outside your current audience, then make them anyways. Do it, pussy. No balls. So the issue, because I have heard people say, like, hey, make this thing, even though it probably won't get you many views. You know, it'll be fun, it'll be kooky. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that a ton. I've done a lot of just making things that I know won't get big. Like the entire Zadagoto series, the Tomazaki video, I knew that wouldn't get big. And then most other videos are things that I thought had a shot, but still, that's 4 videos within the span of a little over a year, probably a little under a year and a half, yeah. So like a year and 4.5 months, to be precise. I don't know why I got that precise, but I did. Now, the issue is there are very few videos that I outright won't make ever. There are a lot of videos that I won't make now, videos that wouldn't make sense to do now, but recently, I've been trying to steer my channel in a little bit of a different direction, and, right now we're not quite at that point yet. Right now, I'm just beginning to turn the steering wheel to where I want the channel to go, but it's going to take like a year, maybe even 2, to get it fully to all the topics that I want to talk about, right? To use an extended metaphor. And Neon, this is a bit of an unfortunate time to do this rant, because I probably would have had a lot more things that were completely off, like just off limits, wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, like half a year ago. But, well, no, you'd have to maybe even go a bit further than that, but still. Like, my next video upcoming should be, hopefully, an anime adjacent video instead of a strictly anime video. And granted, I've done light novel videos before. I've already done things outside of just anime, but this should be, a nudge in a new direction. I'm going to be starting what I hope will be a series on the channel. And Neon actually doesn't know what that series is, he just knows what the video topic will be, so that'll be fun. I haven't actually told anyone about the series idea yet, but it's a banger. I think it'll do well in the algorithm. But until that point, there are a lot of things that I won't make videos about, because the ideal probably of any channel, really, is to just make whatever video you want to make and whatever topic you want to talk about. But right now, I'm sort of shoved into the anime box where even my light novel Zadagoto videos, like, I do them, and I still intend on doing them, but right now, they're not really viable, Granted, I have a good marketing plan for the V4 and V5 video, but right now, they are the hobby videos. And strangely enough, those are the videos that I most want to make. I think the V3 video is the best video on the channel. I think the V2 video is the second best video on the channel. I think all the Zadagoto videos are just chef's kiss beautiful. Except the first one, that one's kind of cringe. But the latter 2 are all masterpieces. Those are most in line with my final vision of what the channel will be, but I can't do them, right? And so right now I'm sort of shoved into the anime box, as it were. But there are still a lot of videos that, like I said, I want to make eventually, I just can't make now. So, example, the Emose video. I want to make like an 1.5 hour long video on the Emose anime and all the light novels. And I just want to go through everything, be as thorough as possible, because I'm the only person who would do that. No one else is going to make that 1.5 hour long Emose video. I'm the only guy who can make that. I want to make Tomazaki Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. Right now, I am not convinced of the viability of that. And Neon actually gave me the idea of, okay, cover Tomazaki and Mashal Season 2 and Urusei Yatsura 2024 Season 2. I don't know what they call it, actually. But I was like, okay, so the idea was basically to cover them all in one video, but it's just not gonna get views. It's a lot of anime to watch for very little in terms of payoff, right? That's not gonna work out. If I were to cover them thoroughly, it'd be like a 35-minute video at minimum, if I were to give everything the justice it deserves. But even then, that would be too long, really, focusing on this video. And so unfortunately that's something that's actually an example of a video that I'll probably never do. If I ever get the hankering to make a video on Tomozaki Season 2, like I said, I want to make that an entire video. I don't think I'll ever make another Mashal video unless Season 2 blows me away, because I was kind of underwhelmed by Season 1 by the end, because I thought it got significantly less funny in its latter half, whereas all the good jokes, all the good memorable jokes were really at the first half of the season. Urusei Yatsura. I love that show. I haven't gotten around to Season 2 yet. I want to. I think it'll be a ton of fun. I think it'll just not be a show I can make another video about. I think I said everything I wanted to say about that show in the first video. It's not like it has a plot. It's just a comedy series, and I explained why it's funny and why the characters are fun and why I like it. And that's it. You know, you don't really go much further than that. If I make another Urusei Yatsura video, it'll probably be on the original, because that's really the only place I can go from here. And obviously that's a very long show to watch, so that'll be something that I do when I get my channel to a point where I can make whatever I want. Let's see. So, on videos that I will never make, that I have thought would be fun, but that would literally just, it's not viable or outside of my current demographic, well, once again, I want my demographic to shift. And so that one isn't really a point in the far future, but in the near future, yeah, like Pets Dogs 2 review. It ain't happening for like another 2 years minimum, I would put that at. And it's probably going to be even longer, even though I started a script for a Pets Dogs 2 review when I was in freshman year of high school. Like, I still have a Google Doc sitting around on my drive, just of, it was a few pages of a Pets Dogs 2 review. I've had this idea, this hankering to make a Pets Dogs 2 review for so long. And I want it so badly to happen, it's not going to happen anytime soon. But for videos that I literally won't make, so in recent memory, it would be the Buchigiri video, where I wanted to make a Buchigiri video because I thought it'd be a really good show. I watched 4 episodes of it, it quickly went downhill. There are so many things wrong with that show. It was so unfortunate. I ranted to Neon about it in the Castaway Anime Discord that we record all our podcasts on. And I was so pissed off that this show turned out to be bad, and that I ended up not liking it by episode 4. And the reason why that'll never happen is because Buchigiri already has a niche fan base. Neon actually told me in that DMs, and, you know, kind of sorry to call you out, but not really. He was like, well, make the video anyway. Get it off your chest. And I'm like, no. No, it'd be just like the DIY video. The reason why the DIY video, I mean, now it has, you know, relatively speaking, a fair few views. It's got like 3K. But back in the day, right? When it first came out, it was easily my worst performing video. Even worse than the V3 video is doing right now. It had 400 views and it sat there. It did not go beyond that. Even though the reaction to the video was exceptionally positive, and even though I do still like that video and think it's really good, it's got a really unique structure, I made really good points, I think it's baller, it didn't get big. And that's because no one, you know, even though it has a positive reception, a negative video on DIY isn't going to get big because it's a niche show. Same thing with Buchigiri. You really have to rely on fans of the show sharing it with other fans of the show, which they are infinitely less likely to do if it's a negative video. And so, no, I can't make a Buchigiri video ever, even if it's negative. Another video I can't make, and this would actually be a series of videos. Oh god, and there's so much explanation to do. But I had this idea of, okay, so I have this idea in my head that a review of a show, I stuttered a lot there, holy shit. A review of of a show is not done unless you've explained the entire universe. Which means that in any review of an anime, you have to arbitrarily choose a point in which you stop talking about it. And this is really true of any art piece you make on anything. There comes a point where there is just a counter argument that you cannot preempt in your script. Where even in the Tomozaki video, there were things I had to leave on the cutting room floor because it was like, there's just no reason to counter that. Even though that video was wastefully long, there was still a bunch of things I thought about talking about and ended up not talking about. Because I either couldn't explain it well enough or because it was just not worth it. And that's every video. You know, with every video I've ever done, there is more elaboration that could have theoretically been done. And you can elaborate infinitely until the entire universe has been explained, which humans can't do yet, therefore no review of a show will ever be truly complete. You will never have said everything you could have possibly said about the show. And to demonstrate this, I was going to make Mariaholic the infinite review. And the reason why I chose Mariaholic is because it's a 6 out of 10 show that I could still talk a lot about, right? Where I could still be passionate enough about it, despite being a 6 out of 10, that I could make this infinite series of reviews. And I just update it like once a month. Here's the Mariaholic review of the month, and I just do that infinitely. And the point was that at first it'd be fairly, you know, typical and relevant to the show, but then as I go on, like, maybe there'd be a toaster in the show, and so I talk about the history of toasters for 20 minutes. And I do, like, research on that for a day, in order to genuinely talk about why Mariaholic has this specific type of toaster in it. And just be stupid. And it's a really fun idea for a video. Like, I want to do that. That would be so funny. I want to have, like, the part 52 of my Mariaholic video, where I talk about some random bullshit no one cares about. But obviously, like I said, can't do that. Even though it would be fun, just not really, it's not worth the time. Maybe someday it'll be worth the time investment. I doubt it, right? It's funny to think about, but the actual reality is that nobody would watch it. And that's the issue. So yeah, that's a video I'll never do, more than likely. And I guess that's about it. You know, most video topics are on the table. So long as it's something that I can give a unique perspective on. So like, some kind of all-time classic video game like, I don't know, Mario Galaxy. I'm not gonna make a Mario Galaxy video even if it's really good and it ends up being my favorite game of all time, because why would I? Everyone said everything there is to say about that game. Probably. I don't know, I haven't seen a review of it. But more than likely, considering its status within gaming, I doubt there is a single unique thought I could put out there about that game that would be worth sitting through a video for. So if it's something like that, yeah, no video ever. But if it's something that I have a unique thought about, or if I'm the only person who would talk about it, yeah, it'll probably come out, assuming I don't get swamped by work in the future. So, that's about it. See ya.